Siyata Dishmaya. We want to continue on to understand Machlokas of Rebbe and Chacham. So the Gemara said, Amani Rebbe, which means the price of the Tosefta that says, Nekhosim shishbchhu la'chamis asavim, and the Gemara defines it as shvocha d'mimele v'lokachos abo mezoine. It's only according to Rebbe, Siyata Dishmaya. But according to Chachomim, the Bechor doesn't take a double share. Chachomim didn't say a svara. Chachom, they learned from a pasuk. It's a combination of psukim. One pasuk says he motzeloi.
Right.
Has to be found by him.
But maybe you already can say a svara, no? For Chacham.
One second. Let's go over it. Let's say there's a svara. According to Chachomim, I have a svara. Not a svara. I have a pasuk. Loses loy, that has to be admotilio, that will come to his hands. Which means I cannot give her, according to the Rashbam. The noisim, the giver cannot give her if it didn't come to his hands, because the Osha B'loylo. So we define the chelik b'choiro, the share, the double share, the share of the double. It's like a gift that as long as it didn't come to the hands of the father, the b'choiro doesn't get it. It doesn't get shvach d'mimele because it didn't come. It wasn't in the hands of the father.
So you want to say that it's because of the pasuk and not because of the svara?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
So the Gemara brings a pasuk. Why according to Chachomim? Why according to Chachomim? Shvach d'mimele is out. Shvach shishbchhu yesoimim. Everybody agrees because it says a pasuk imotzaloi. Shvach shvach d'mimele, according to Chachomim, is out because it says losses loy. It didn't come to the hands of the noisin, like matona. And according to Rebbe, there's a hekesh. And the hekesh says, even though it didn't come to his hands. So, imotzeloi is shvichu yesoimim. Middle ground, Shiloh, where I put the middle ground. According to Chachomim, they learn as a matona, losses loy. According to Rebbe, there's a hekesh. But even Chachomim agree to the hekesh. Because the Gemara says, according to Chachomim, what will we do with the hekesh? It was Chad Metzre. How does Rebbe know Chad Metzre? He says, the Rashbam says he learns both. He learns Hekesh for Chad Metzre and Hekesh that even Lono Silion, even Shvach D'Mimele. According to Chachomim, we have Loses Loy to exclude Shvach D'Mimele, and Shvach Shishbchhu Yesoimim is from the Posuk in Motzei. What are you going to do with the Hekesh? Chad Metzre. And what Rebbe does with Loses, because he learns the Hekesh too, even Shvach D'Mimele is out, what are you going to do with Loses? It's not that there's a matonin aspect that I can say I don't want. And the Chachomim learned that too from the Pasuk. Learn two things. It's a maton I can say I don't want. Number two is, it's a maton that has to come to the hands of the giver. So now each one learns the psukim in a different way. But the yesoid is a svara machlokas or a tradition. Not clear.
When the Gemara asks what time for you is what's the source or what's the svara?
Could be both, or either one, or open. You say the sky is open. What?
If you have a svara, you don't need a car.
Yeah, it's vadai a pasuk. The question is, what made Chachomim to learn the psukim in this way when you can learn another way? Is it tradition? All of them had the Masoyas. Is the Masoyas, how do you learn the Hekesh? That where it started. Is Hekesh for B'chad Metzre or Kegesh Shvach Lemimele? That's the Machloikas. Unclear. But definitely, we have to drill a little bit more. There's a lot more to drill here. B'ezrat Hashem. But I want to first go on the result of Machloikas Rebbe Chachomim. Then we'll start digging back again. What was exactly the limud of Los Esloi? Because there's a steer in the Rashbam. Our Rashbam says the Hekesh Chachomim. According to Chachomim, look in the Rashbam. Mai ta'amayu de Rabbono. It's in Kuf Chof Daled. $16 lines on the bottom. Mai ta'amayu de Rabbono. Da'afilu b'shvocha dimele lo shokil cheke v'chelek b'choylo. Even shvach added value that came by itself, it doesn't take a double share. What's the reason? So the Gemara brings the pasuk Los Esloi ad dematya liyodei dohavu, the noisen of the giver, the father. Ve'eino yocholit no la'achei, and he cannot give it to others.
Because he didn't get to his hand.
If he didn't come to your hand, he can't give it to others. Why? A man cannot makan something which doesn't exist in the world. Ooh. According to the Rashbam, we have the reason why Shvachtim Imela Bechor doesn't take double share, because there's not the father to give. It wasn't found. It was not in the hands of the father. As to be at the matone, at the mosaliot, the noise of the giver.
But if the father has a baby in her belly already.
As a belly and as a baby there, but it didn't come to the hands of the giver. It's dosh b'loyla. Although it's a machlekes, Rebbe and Rabbi holds odomak dosh b'loyla, but here, according to Chachomim, and according to Chachomim all over Shas, and odomak dosh b'loyla. So that's why, according to Chachomim, Matona wants to exclude Shvachim Imele. According to Rebbe, now we have a reason. According to the Rashbam, we have a clear reason why Rebbe argues on the drosha of Chachomim. Because Rebbe learns on the drosha of Matona that I can say any noise of any noise, and I can separate myself from it. It's not like inheritance, I can't. That's the way Rebbe learns on the Pasuk. And Chachomim learn it that it's like a gift that's to come to the hands of the givers, dosh b'loylam. But Rebbe holds like Rameir all over Shas that odomak dosh b'loylam. A man could acquire dosh b'loylam. So maybe now we have a reason why Rebbe argues on Chachamim. So great, as Maton also liyodei, but I don't care. Even if it's not also liyodei, he still can give because odomak dosh b'loylam. So that's why by the definition, Rebbe has learned the Hekesh that is in. He can't learn from Maton is out. And he used the matana that I can say any noise.
From the Gemara, it's לא ברור בכלל שחכמים מביא זה דת יחידה. זה לא כולם, זה רק אחד.
Question is, aloha kirei michaveiro velo michaveirov, but simply chaveiro chachomim is chaveirov. It's many. Chachomim is many. It's not Tanakame like Rabbi Meir or something. It's chachomim, Rabbono. The Gemara says, aloha kirei michaveiro velo michaveirov. It's mashma that the chachomim here, the Rabbonon here is many. Not like we say. The Gemara later on. But now, we want to know what's the machlokes. Do we tremble now on according to the Rashbam? We revealed here reason why, according to Rebbe, he doesn't learn from the Pasuk Los Esloi Ados Liyod because it won't help. What's a Svar Ados Liyod? And that has to come to hands of the giver, and I cannot give Dosha B'Loilom. Rebbe holds I couldn't make Dosha B'Loilom. So that's what he has to learn from the Pasuk Los Esloi. He has to learn that he has to say any noise.
According to, if you
But this is the kasha of the Rishonim. It's not my kasha. The Ritva's kasha.
But if you say,
Hashash brings down. Yes.
if you say that it's דבר שלא בא לעולם, and
Yes.
you can מקנה according to Rebbe, so why the Gemara on here says, the law b'shuta d'mar adibui, the kasha, it worries about if it's in your reshus or not.
Where?
In the Kuf Hagim Amud Bet,
Yes.
the Hiniach Hagim Amud Bet,
Yes.
says, Ashta Mukhet Muskeret, the law b'shuta d'mar adibu,
Kaima.
Amar Shaki, Roy Befer Mibaya.
Right.
So that means that we care about where is it? If it's in your reshus or not. If you're a muhzak or not. Because Roy Befer is muhzak, but la b'shute muskeret.
If it's not in your, if you get double share when it's not in your domain, surely when is not. If you get double even when it's somebody else's domain,
right.
Surely if it's milligram, surely you should get.
So you see from here that we care about what domain, biyado or not biyado, if it's in your hand or not, just like Chachamim.
No. Because we care, but according to Rebbe, what's the halacha? It's a big chiddush, but according to Rebbe, all the makna shabaloyno.
Right, so we don't.
Even according to Rebbe, Vada, you could makna if it's in your reshus. Chiddush of Rebbe, even there's not a reshus to makna. The Gemara is not asking, there's not needed, there's no chidushim, but doesn't mean it doesn't work. Even it's not your reshus, it works.
Because you can makna the mashirobalo. That's what you're saying. We should not care about where it is, the cow right now, because anyway, even something that doesn't exist before, we still say
The rent,
yes. It's worse.
Yes.
So why would the Gemara say, ooh,
Yeah, if the Braisa told us a chiddush, that when it's not in the world, because it's not in his reshus, it's koine, surely which is by him,
right.
Mi boye, good, very good.
So what kind of answer is what the Gemara answers?
That's anyhow, you need to understand what the Gemara answers. Don't do it this way. Because the Gemara suddenly doesn't care. The Gemara suddenly erases the kasha.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
Doesn't care about the kasha.
Yeah, what happened?
Says, and the answer is, the Gemara says, you're right, there. It's a big chiddush. It is not needed, but it's needed for something else. The Gemara agrees to the question. And the Gemara just answers, there's other chidushim, and for that reason, they wrote Eifer. They tell you that Muchkeres and Muskeres is Dumyo de Eifer, that there is no, as the Shvach Mimele, there's no chisorin, it's no chisorin moment, Muslim.
So what's the Rishon's kasha in the Rashba? What's the Rishon's kasha?
I'm reading now, I just now started to open the Rishon. So the Ritva. What? The Yesoinim. Only if it's so you put in, you're out. But if it's Mimela, you're in. I'm reading the Ritva. Right, I'm reading the Ritva. Ritva. Yes. According to who? According to Rebbe, even Doros of Elohim, we can make it. So maybe that's the reason of Rebbe. Good. We'll get this moment, but you can make it Doros of Elohim. So that's why you don't have to come into Nogeya. A person can make it Doros of Elohim. That's all. It's even better. It's even better than what you say. Yes? Peros, deka, fruits will grow in the future. Rent will come in the future. Babies are coming in the future. So the Ritva says, V'ikal Meidak. What? What? I can't hear two people. What do you want to say, Reb Chaim? That's Vadai, that's Vadai. Vadai, what you're saying is a given. It's understood. It's true. Yeah, but you have to say relationship works. Because according to Chacham, even relationship doesn't work. According to Chacham, it doesn't work. According to him, we have a reason. So the problem with this, the Ritva says, that cannot be the reason. Why? You guys don't have this Ritva. You print to know, but I just want to ask the Kasha. It's not brought down in your sheets. It's in Chele Gimel, third Chele, which we didn't learn yet. I didn't even print out. What I'm doing is now, this time, is I'm mixing up first Chelek, second Chelek, and third Chelek. I'm just making a new order. Because if the way we're going to go in the order, the way my Rebbe brought down, we're probably going to finish it on Tisha B'Av. Just Chelek Aleph. I'm just joking, but there's a lot of parts to it. So I want to do as much as we can, get the picture in my head, the way I look at it as a picture. So the Ritva has a very strong kasha. And this is really grinding it from inside. Vikale Meidak. Im ken lama utzach Rebbe lo stam lidvorov. Mishum de pishnayim kerech mone. Do sova Rebbe o do makne lechavei o do shabaloilo. Kedisa b'yavonas. That's the point. How do we know that's not the svor of Rebbe? Because Rebbe brought a posuk, Rebbe brought a ekesh. If Rebbe's svora was that I cannot use the Chachom's posuk los asloi, that has to come to the hands of the giver, because Dosha B'Loilam and Rebbe holds Dosha B'Loilam works, so he may cannot learn that drosha. If that's his reason, he doesn't have to bring an ekesh.
If you hold
This is the point of the Ritva.
it's a mashma from the holds the other market.
Must be that's not the reason. It's not the reason.
Right.
Yes. It's not the factor.
That's enough to remove that position.
Since Rebbe brought a hekesh, that's his reason. And it must be that Chachomim's reasons is not enough to knock it out. Chachomim's reason is not enough to knock it out. So he gives it a svara. He says it's wrong. Here I don't have a svara of odomak and dosha b'loilo. Even if you hold in general that a person is for you, Reb Chaim, that a person can mak the dosha b'loilom, it's only if later on will come. When a person dies, there's no later. Ches HaMeisim, okay. That's not considered later. What do you mean, why not? There's no later. When a person dies, it's finished. I'm not talking about continuation of the children. I'm talking about the father. We said, according to Chachomim, why a person cannot makne? It's not. A bechor doesn't get shvachti mimele because the father says it's a matona. Matona has to come to the hands of the giver. And dosha b'loilam is not in his hands. But according to the Rebbe, it is in his hands. Yes, true. Dosha b'loilam, you can makne according to Rebbe, but that's only if it comes later on to you. When a person is a dead person, it's not b'loilam right now. When he died, it will never come to him. So therefore, when Rebbe said odomak dosha b'loilam, because he says at the end, he has a relationship, and then will come to him. It's like now in his hands, and he couldn't mark it. Right now, it's not in your hands. It wasn't born. It didn't come. It's not in fruition. Even though it will come later, but right now it's not here. You cannot mark it. But everyone will agree that if the person gives in the time of his death, and right then is not Osha Loilam, it will never come to Loilam to him. So he cannot mark it even according to Rebbe. It's out. This is the removal of the ritva on this kasha. So he says he can't say the reason of Rebbe is because because why Rebbe gave us a hekesh. He should have said, your drosha of Chachon is not a good drosha for me.
Is that kasha against the Rashba?
No. No. Lichora. According to the no, the kasha of the Ritz was against the Rashbam, yes. Yes. I didn't listen what you said. I thought after the answer. The kasha of the what the is against the Rashbam. The Rashbam says, the noise and the giver. So because now we have if that's the reason we have a reason why Shvachtim Imeli do get because Odom Magdosh and why Rebbe brings a hekesh to knock it out. The answer is you had to bring a hekesh just from the fact Odom Magdosh should not knock out the posuk closest because those that will never come to the oilam for you. So a person dies. Even Rebbe will agree it doesn't work.
He does have a sign which includes that svara, but he couldn't say it from their svara. He had to bring a hekesh to say it. And there is a comparison, but you wouldn't know it if he didn't bring the hekesh.
Correct.
Yeah, very good.
Wouldn't knock it out, it wasn't for that.
That's not exactly true.
Yes.
You explained the svara in Rebbe how he's holding about coming to the hand before the guy died. You said the svara is how they brought in the Gemara the definition, but you didn't say explicitly. You said the svara how you understand it. You got it in a different way.
Yeah, which different way?
There's no headrock which way you understand it.
Good. I'm not saying a hechech. I'm trying to explain. We have a problem. According to the Rashbam, why Rebbe has to bring a hekesh, he has a very simple reason why he cannot learn the Dosh of Chachomim. So we have to give an answer for that. We're giving an answer according to the Rashbam. So we don't have to be a hechech. We have to solve a problem. So we give an option. It's enough. Now, good, very good. If let's everyone look with me the Rashash. You guys have the Rashash. רשב"ם דיבור המתחיל הדמות להיות דנויסן and יוכל לפני לאחרים דהן או דומה קדוש ולא אלו. Tema. The Rashash has a big tema on the Rashbam. Kevon da'aka bo yoshno bo ilom. Since the land exists in the world, v'chayle alei hamatone, the gift took effect on it. If so, whatever became better, added value afterwards, birshus amoicher ishbicha, in the domain of the bechoir, birshus abechoir ishbicha, in the domain of the firstborn son, were added value. Ein lekamon kuf chovov bepirush Rashbam dibur matchil omar avuno. What's his kash? His kash is the Rashbam says that pshat according to Chacham. Why shvoch mail is out? Because the father is matona. The father has to give him matona, and it didn't come to his hands to give him matona. So what do you mean? But the land, the cow, the land means here probably the cow. The cow was here, exists. The cow exists in the world. And the gift, a double share, on the cow does work. Even according to Chacham. Chacham said, I cannot give the rental or the babies.
Talking about the cow, the land, because the cow is going to grow from the land.
No, land means it's only metaphoria. Metaphor, you know. They say metaphoria. Metaphor. It's only metaphor. Means the kaka means the goof, kaka. It means here the body of the cow. So the cow, the land, the kaka exists. So the father, when he died, he was thinking of a double share. The firstborn. What's the problem? What's the problem? That the rental or the babies are out. Then out in the world I cannot give, but the cow, it does exist. Uno momento. So since I gave double share in the cow, so now results will come out of it later on. It's mine.
What kind of logic is that? If you say the Vashalom Aram is out, it's out.
No.
So you have the beginning.
His kasha was, forget about that the father cannot give the shvach. The father cannot give the shvach, but he can give the body. And he gave the body a double share. So later on when the shvach comes in, because very simple, I'll tell you very simple. Listen carefully, this is a very fundamental question of the Rashash. This is really will open for us the whole sugya. If we succeed to answer this. If let's say the father dies and he only has pshutim, he doesn't have a bechoya, okay? He dies and he has a cow. He has a cow and he has 2 pshutim. You know what's 2 pshutim? Or 3 pshutim. Simple. 3 simple kids. And the cow, the father dies and there's a cow. And then the Yesoimim go rent out the cow. Right? Or the father rented out the cow and there's only 3 simple kids. And then later on, the kids went and collected the rental money. They divided the three shares. No. Talk about in Yerusha. Not Bechoy, not Matona. In Yerusha. No, we're not listening. Listen carefully. This will enlighten your eyes. I'll give you oil chodosh, a new light, to understand what's going on. This Rashash is a bomb, atomic bomb. He opens the eyes to look in the sugya a new way, which a lot of these shoyim ask this in different ways. Question: what's the answer? If without this kasha means you really didn't understand what's going on here. I would say opposite. If you didn't ask the kasha of the Rashash yourself, it means you didn't understand. You didn't start to understand the sugya. The kasha is very simple. Down the ocha, throw away, take away here the double share, the gift system. In the simple system of Yerusha, if you have a bechoyer, it's like Poshut, right? If you have another 2, 3 kids, whatever it is, you divide the assets. Now, if you divide the assets, if they want to divide when the father right away dies, says, we want to divide. Now, but the father rented the cow, or the father had a baby in the stomach of the cow, and after he died, it gave birth, and he collected the rental. In the simple shares, each one will get his shares, yes. I get my share in my cow, and I'll get also my share in the collected rental or the collected baby that was born. Why? Listen carefully. Because since the baby came from the body that we own, so we get that share.
You're saying shevach, so we don't care about the Vashalom Aram.
In Yerusha, we don't care about it. In Yerusha, if I have the body in the death, in the point of death,
But it was the Vashalom Aram. How does that help?
it doesn't, I don't need to acquire it now. I need to acquire right now in the death the principle, and the shvach is the Moshe B'Laylam, when will come, will be attached to the body which I own. One second, don't talk. Let me finish. Here's the point. So definitely I don't need to receive it now. I don't need, if I as a poshut, I inherit the principle, a part of the principle, because a couple of brothers, the shvach that will come out of it later on, I don't need, I don't need to right now to acquire it. Or he doesn't need to give it to me. As Yerusha, I inherit the principle, part of the principle or whatever it is. And later on, when the shvach will come in, we will split it according to how much each one has in the principle that affected the shvach. So if I have a third, I'll get a third of the shvach. Later on, it comes in.
You're not answering. Davar shelo ba'olam, is it yes or no?
It is davar shelo ba'olam. But when it comes to the world, how much I will get from it? It's about 3 pshutim. There's three brothers, simple brothers, no bechoy.
I got it. There's no bechoy.
The father dies.
Chachamim do hold and davar shelo ba'olam.
Yes, he can remain
It remains true.
Yes, remain true.
Okay, remains true. So how can you makne?
I don't need a makne. That's the point. Change your mindset. Forget about all we spoke about makne. I don't need the father to makne to me. I get it from my share. I'm the son. I own a third of the cow. So later on, when it comes to fruition the shvach, how are we going to divide it? According to how much I have in the body. So I said, the hell with it. You brainwash our mind. The Gemara. You're talking about how much the father can makne. Tamer. What do I care what he's makne? Down now. The cow is here. Okay, so if in the cow it's mine, and whatever exists, I do get my share. If I'm a double share, I get double share.
Shvach has nothing to do with the father.
Exactly. Down Mocha, the father cannot give it to me, but I get it on my own merit. It's a very strong question here. Very strong question. It's an aleph base and a sugya. Oh, he said in the wow, he understood. It's a very strong question. What do you want to say, Reb Chaim? No, I gave an answer, not a question. No, yes, I gave a question because let me finish. You asked a question, I'll give you an answer. You asked, I gave an answer, not a question. No, I gave a question. Why? Because he's asking on the reason of Chachamim. Chachamim say that why the Bechol doesn't get a double share. And the Shvach de Mimele, because the father cannot give it, the Bechol share is a matono, and as Domo Shaboilo, it didn't come to the hands of the father to give. It says, Dalma Chothro, that the father cannot give. I will still get a double share, but not from the father's power. Just the fact that the father, in the body of the animal which exists, could give me a double share right now. It's ba'olam. And right now, the cow exists. So I'll get a double share in the cow. 1 second. So right now, I'll get a double share in the cow. And later on, when the shvach will come, the shachamim will come, I don't need it from the father. I says, bye-bye, father. You in the grave, I cannot get from you, cannot give it to me. But I don't need you. I'll get as my share because it's coming out of my share. It's a very strong question. So what Chachamim, this is a very strong question because Ad Kedei Kach, when I told the Yeshiva, I showed them this kasha exists in many places. We'll glance it through. And I told them, if you don't understand, it made me, in computer's world, is like a bug. My whole computer started jumping all around. They blew everything away. And this kasha is many places. We'll see that he's showing you. It's a very, very fundamental problem here. It's why Chachamim say the reason why Shvach de Mimele Bechol doesn't get a double share. Because the father it wasn't in the hands of the father to give. Because it has to be like a matono, dalmo, that the father cannot give me the Shvach de Mimele. The Bechol get a Shvach de Mimele from his own side. Because the goof that the Shvach comes out of it exists in the world. I get a double share in it. And the Shvach will come out as Mimele belongs to me because the goof, double share of the goof is mine. So I'll get a double share when the Shvach comes.
When you say the word karka here is an indication of the body of the cow?
Two people speak at the same time. I can't hear, but Rabbi Yoshua spoke first, yes.
You say the karka here, where it says...
Kaka means the goof.
That means the
Goof, the body.
The body of the thing.
Yes, I told you it's metaphorical.
Yeah.
Adarabbe cannot be kaka. We'll see later on.
It cannot be karka.
Cannot be kaka.
Right.
Doesn't mean that, means goof.
Can you spell out that kasha again for me?
Yes, I will spell out again. The kasha is a very simple kasha. The Chachamim gave us a reason. Chachamim told us that the reason why Shvach Diri Meile, Bechol doesn't get a double share, because the Torah called the double share, the extra share, as the system, the way he gets it, is a system of a gift, matana. And by a gift, you can only receive, you can only get it, the giver cannot give it to you only if he has it in his hands. If it's not those below, not in his hand, he cannot give it. And that's why a Bechor doesn't get a double share, Shvach Diri Meile. Comes the Rashash and he says, what do you mean? Throw out that the father cannot give it to me because the matana is not in his hands, cannot give it to me. But the Bechor will get a double share in it anyhow.
If he has 3 pashutes and 1 bakor, they'll separate.
The 4,
into 4,
and he will get half. He will get half the cow, and later on, when the rental will come, we'll get half the rental. So we'll get a double share in the rental on the baby anyhow, without the father giving it to me, because he can't give it to me in the moment of the death. They can give you the future rental, because not in his hands. Good, it's not in his hand to give, but I don't get it anyhow.
That's why you know these the worst idol worshippers, they love the cow. That's how you know. It's a proof from this studio.
Yes, they love the cow.
They have more idol vodazara than
Rabbi Yoshua, I would call it Torah Lishma. You're joking. Right? The raya from the studio. Let's go here.
Wow.
Oh, Velinire. Comes the Rashash and he says, yes, I'm with you. What are you asking?
It's not a receiving, it's a mamela.
Good.
So that's not the same thing. It's a conscious.
It's not the same thing. I agree. You got the point. It's not the same thing. But the law is right. But you're not listening, Reb Chaim. You're not listening. I heard what you said, and I'm answering you. Listen. The law of the Braisa still exists. The law says, according to Chachamim, that a Bechor does not take a double share in a Shvach Diri Meile. That law, Chacham gave a reason because the matana the father cannot give. It's not true. They should get it not from the father's side, but from their own sake. Vadai. If I own a cow, and the baby was born after I own it, I get the cow. I bought a cow with a baby inside, and afterwards the baby was born. Who owns the baby? The original owner or me? Who is me? You? Me. The buyer. That's a. So it belongs to the. If I own a cow and I rent it out, who gets the rental? One who owns it. If I have 2 shares in the cow, so I will get 2 shares in the rental of the baby. Simple. Okay. Automatically.
You're getting a share of the baby that came out, not the baby that didn't come out.
Correct. She's asking, Dal Me'ochon is not in the deen that the father didn't give it to me when he died, but I take it anyhow because I own the goof. So the law still exists. But the law, I understood what you said. I understood very good. Veli nire. It comes from inheritance. No, that's not true. It comes because of inheritance. Not true, Reb Chaim. No, it comes because I inherit mitzad the Bechor, double share in the cow. Is Bechoira, Matono. I inherit because of Bechoira, Matono, the double share in the cow. Cow exists. And therefore later on, when the Shvach will come in, I will get a double share in the Shvach. It's my cow. My Shvach. No, it's because he says Dal Miyocha because it exists before the father died or at the moment of death. It's because it came later on from my body. Not true. You're not listening. Because, sorry, I'm not saying that. Not true, I'm just going to say. Not true, because since I inherit double share in the body, inherit. I heard the word inherit? I inherit a double share in the cow. That's why I will get double share in the shvach. Let me make it.
But that's not the same object.
It's the same object. It's chiluk and how do I get it in Londis?
It's not that you're going to get double share in the shvach. You're going to get your shvach on your double share.
Correct. I'll get the shvach on my double share. But I don't get a double share in the shvach from the father. Right? I understood that. So you're asking me again, it's not the same. I know it's not the same. But the law is the same. Yes, Reb Shmuel. Yes, Reb Shmuel. It's right here in Kuf Chof Daled Amud Aleph. In the Rashbam Rash. It's called Rash Dibur HaMatchil Ad HaMatal Yodeh.
What does that mean? That the no say changed, but
No, the law is the same.
but the predicate is different.
The noise of the Gemara is that the father cannot give me the shvach. But the predicate will be the same, that the result I will get the shvach, because I inherit the cow. In the cow I inherit double share because it exists. It's a maton and exists in the hands of the noiser. So Mimela I'll get a double share from the shvach because it's a shvach of my double share. Right? It's a Mimela, yes. Yes, true.
Okay, so that's not the same thing exactly.
Who says the same thing? We know it's not the same thing. It's only a mailer, it's not the same thing, it's not the same thing, it's only a mailer. It's a mailer, not the same thing. But we ask the kasha that the law should be the same. And the Gemara says, according to Chachomim, he doesn't get a double share in the Mishvach mailer, which is not true. He doesn't get it because of A. He gets it because of B. He gets it because of the law of inheritance. Yes, because of the law of inheritance. He gets it because of the law of inheritance, but not direct. Rather, first he inherits a double share. First he inherits a double share in the cow, and he mailed because of that inheritance of double share in the cow, which is called matana, and it's in the hands of the noisim, you will get a double share in the shvach.
No, he got the cow, he didn't get the baby. When the baby came out afterwards, he got the cow, he didn't get the baby.
He got the cow, and he mailed, since he owns the cow, double share in the cow, will get a double share in the baby.
He got the cow, and he will get the baby.
He got the cow, and he will get the baby.
Oh, he will, very nice, but not because they're getting the, not because.
Not because, right. Reb Chaim, I don't understand what you're saying. I don't really understand what you're saying. I don't chap. I know you're deep thinker. I don't understand what you're saying.
The law of inheritance is what you inherit. You inherit a thing. You got the cow, and you didn't get the baby. The baby came out later, so you didn't get it as a result of inheritance. You only got it afterwards, after you got the thing, what you got, which is a cow.
Right. So
So that's not called the Eker law of inheritance.
Right. Right. So I know all that. We know all that. So therefore,
So therefore, it's not an answer.
why is not an answer?
Because it's only he got what was the kavanah that he gets the inheritance? The kavanah is.
By the way, it's not an answer. It's a question. It's a tema. It's a question. It's not an answer. It's a question. It's a tema. It's a tema on the reason of Chachomim. Chachomim say the reason why Bechor doesn't get a double share in Shvach Mimele is because it's not Los Esloy, doesn't exist in the hands of the giver, but we'll get it anyhow, not from the law of direct inheritance. We'll get from the back door that the law of inheritance will get a double share in a cow. And yeah, that's the cash. That's the tema. That's the tema. Right. But he will still get it. He will still get it. And Chachomim gave us an answer. And the Gemara is saying that according to Chachomim, we wouldn't get it.
You don't get what?
We wouldn't get a double share in the Shvach. No, he wouldn't get. And according to Rasha's question, he would get. No, according to the Gemara, listen, according to the truth, forget about the cash of the Rashash. Okay? According to the truth, according to Chacham, you get a double share in the rental or not. Not lochel, I say, I want to cash the money. He gets the money in his hands or not. No, he doesn't. But according to Rasha's Kashi, he does. Okay, not from nobody else. But the Gemara is saying, he does not get. No get. No get. Not he gets, just a different route. No get. You know, there is an application on people's computers. It's called Get. You wanna get a taxi. I said, there's no Get. Come on, okay. Veli nire. I don't have what you want, Reb Chaim. What do you want? I'm not disagreeing on what you're saying, but I'm disagreeing with the result of what you're saying. And he's skipping over, saying again the difference. I know the difference. I know all that. But according to Chachamim, the Gemara is saying that the Bechor doesn't get a double share. That's all. Does not get. When Lemaisiki, according to the Drosha, the way the Rashbam brought down, the Bechors will get a double share. Get means that he can count in the bank. That's okay. Cash in the bank. Yeah, I'm right. It's not because of the law of inheritance and the cow. Not direct, but he gets it. Because of the law of inheritance, he will get it. Because of that law. Yes. Okay. I understood what you're saying, but I don't think you understand what I'm answering. I understood what you're saying. Okay. Veli nire comes the Rashash, and the Rashash says, Li nire, according to me, looks like. חכה, אנחנו עוד מעט גומרים. אפשר לחכות עוד קצת? רק פה, בסדר. בסדר. ולי נראה, according to me, it looks like מפורש, עד דמתי ליודי. What does it mean until it comes to the hands? What Soloimar means to say, למקבל. Not like the Rashbam. Like all the other Rishonim. A lot of Rishonim argue on the Rashbam, and they learn in the drosha of Losa Sloy that is to come to the hands, not the hands of the giver. Has to come to the hands of the receiver.
Who's the receiver here?
Who's the receiver? The Bechoyer. The Bechor. Until it comes to the hands of the receiver. What does that mean? Otoloima, la mekabel, but Reb Chaim, I didn't finish to read. Please. Otoloima, la mekabel, to the receiver, be'echod midarke akniya. In one of the ways of acquiring. Acquisition. Ve'ochen here, Ba'inam we need Shiegale Daitoi Shechofetz Bo. We need the Bechoyer to reveal that he wants it.
Why?
Because this is what Chacham is saying. Chacham is saying the Bechoyer, in order to receive his double share, is like a matana. The system of this extra share is a matana system, and until it doesn't reach the hands of the receiver, mostly liyode the mekabel matana, not mostly liyode of the noisen, of the mekabel.
Of the Rabbanan.
It's pshat and rabbanon.
Yeah.
A new pshat and rabbanon. Until it doesn't reach to the hands of the receiver of the gift, he doesn't get a double share.
It's automatic, no? Automatic.
What do you need Gilui Das?
But he received the cow, not the baby. Okay, so it's in the other room.
וכן משמע מדבורו בעצמו. Also, you can see in the Rashbam himself, like a steed in the Rashbam. שם קוף חוף ד' קוף דיבור המתחיל. קוף חבב, I can't see it small. I lost it. אבל חמד לא בעצמו שם, בדיבור המתחיל קוף כסובה, אין לוי אין לו. ועין לקמון קוף חופו ועמוד בייס ומתחיל בהלכסה. So we have to see the Rashbam there. But before, what does he answer? What was the kasha? What was the answer?
What is the Gilui Das Pito? What the heck had to do with Gilui Das?
We learn more about it. Is Iran? Is it Nesivis about it?
Because you see, when you have Giludas
Without Iran and Nesivis,
before you
I
die,
tell people they don't really understand the sugya.
before
Without Iran and Nesivis, you cannot understand what's going on.
before the father died, you have the father died.
Let's think about it. Now, what does the Rashash answer? The kasha was, if the Rashbam says that matona means has to be in the hands of the giver, so the body of the cow at the time of the death is in the hands of the father. So therefore, the firstborn son, when the father, on the moment of the death, the firstborn son owns a double share in the cow which exists in the hands of the father. And Mimele, anything will grow out from the moment of the death. Every usage of the cow, every rental of usage that comes out of the cow, or growth of babies coming out of the cow, it belongs to me. Who's me, the Bechoyer? That was the kasha. The answer is no. When the father dies, that moment, he cannot give the Bechoyer a double share in the physical cow that exists. Why? Because until the Bechoyer doesn't agree to accept it, it's not his. The Bechoyer has to acquire it, he has to agree, acquisition. Until then, like matona, when I give somebody matona, it's not his until he receives, he agrees.
It's a hiluk in versus Kabbalah.
What?
It's a hiluk in Kingdom versus Kabbalah.
Correct. Even though about the existence of the giver, I cannot give if it's not in my hand. The cow is in my hand. So I can give you a double share from the cow side, and everything that grows, every rental that's not accumulate from the uses of the cow, which I own, belongs to me later on, because I own it. But the answer is no. When the father died, he cannot give me even double share in a cow. Why not? Because I need to agree. Yes, if I accept, yes. But only when you say you accept. Only when you're coin it. Only when you have a kinyan on it. You say you accept. Only when you coin it. Now we're ready to learn the Tosis on top of the page. Tosis says that the Bechoyer only gets, when the Mishnah says he doesn't get rental, it's because the Bechoyer didn't say I want it. So the Tosis, that's why all this was a preparation for Avot Tosis on top of the page. Let's read it, Tosis, because time is limited. We only have 18 minutes. Yoshi,
this will be the Shaila, the same way. If we say like a Lukucho is
yes.
Because it's a Makichomenka, two people.
We're talking about now the chelik of Poshul. We're talking about chelik Bechoyer. Let's see the Toises on top of the page. Kuf Chov Gimel Amud Beis. You have to see the Toises with the Maharam, and only now with the Rashash you can understand what the Toises say. Let's see. The whole sugas couldn't understand without it. Let's see. Comes the Toises Siyata Dishmaya Oiso Muchkeres O Muskeres V'yad Acherim Bechor Noitel Pishnayim. The Braisa says that the father dies and he has a cow and he rented out. The rental or the lease or the baby, the Bechor gets a double share. We call a Shvach de Mimele. That came after the death of the father, Shvach de Mimele Achamisa Saviem. According to the Braisa, he gets a double share, the Bechor. Comes the Toises and he says, Lekamon muki lo kerehebi. The Gemara later on says that the Braisa follows the opinion of Rebbe. Why? The Lerabonon, according to the Chachomim, Ein HaBechoir noitel pishnayim beshvach sheshor v'nechosim v'zaviyem. According to Chachomim, they learn from the word Los Esloi Matono, that the Bechor doesn't receive a double share in Shvach de Mimele that came from the Nechosim after the death of the father. There's a kasha. Toysus comes with a very strong kasha. He doesn't understand the Chachomim. Why? Afal gav. What is the word afal gav? Even though it's a question. Afal gav. Even though the bechor hu poshut sheiniach lahem aviem eved ubeimot meyo. We have a rule. It's a Gemara in Yud Gimel and Baba Basra. You have to go back 114 pages back. 113 pages back. Yud Gimel Amud Aleph the Gemara says the bechor hu poshut sheiniach lahem aviem. The father left him the inheritance, eved a slave, ubeimot meyo. We have a problem. Eved, you cannot slaughter him and eat his meat. Be'eimot meyo, you cannot slaughter and eat the meat, so there's no value intrinsically in the body. There's no intrinsic value in the body. The only value we have is usage. And usage is not fair, because they're going to work for me 2 days and you 1 day. 1 day is nothing. What you can do in 2 days is not double of 1 day. It's triple or more. That's the Gemara's kasha there. The Gemara says if there's no way how to split it, go to eagle means you take, we call it in English Bambi. You know what's Bambi? There is a little deer, it's called Bambi. No, that's not Bambi. But Bambi is buy me, buy you. It's go to eagle. Or you buy me or I buy you. It's called Bambi in the terminology of lawyers. Bambi. Unfortunately, there was a lot of court cases. Bambi. I heard this concept. Bambi. What is Bambi? Buy me or buy you. Go to Igud. Go to Igud, that's in the language of Gemara. So the Gemara says if you don't hold go to Igud, if you don't hold that of that, so we stuck. What's going to do? Bechor hu poshut. Sheiniach lahem aviem bechor beimo. Even beimo tmeyo. If you have bechor hu poshut, 2 children. One gets double share, one's got a simple share. The father let them something which you cannot split, you cannot slaughter. Even you cannot slaughter. Be'ima tmeya, you cannot use the meat. So then, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to split it? So the Gemara answers, he can work for this guy 1 day, the other guy 2 days. Why? I is not fair. So the Rishonim say, the Gemara answers, that was the most cash. Gemara answers, no. That why he gets a double share, and he 1 day he gets 2 shares, because he has a small share, he gets a bad share. Although 2 days is not double than 1 in usage, but we don't care. It's part of your problem, what you own. Because you poor, you become poorer. Because you're rich, you become richer. You heard that concept? That's the Gemara's answer. Anyhow, so Teisa has a kasha. What's Teisa's kasha? Even though, what is even though? What's Afal Gav? You said here, according to Chachomim, that the rental of the cow, the rental or the lease of the cow, according to Chachomim, the Bechor doesn't get a double share. So why a Bechor gets a double share in the usage of the worker? What do you mean work? Works for me 2 days. Works for me. And therefore you can rent it or works. I get the value of the shvach of the Eved or the Be'ima Tmeya. So Toshas answers. Ochenam, you're right. If the Bechor said, Oy tachloiku o eto pishnayim, the Bechor says, or split. How can you split? Means split. How can you split the cow? The non-kosher, the tome cow, and the Eved means. What does tachloiku means? What? In the usage? I don't know how. Or eto pishnayim b'shvach. Ochanami here also. There, Toshas answers, what do you mean Ochanami? Here also means, there the Bechor said he wants a share. And here also, according to Chachomim, when Chachomim, Toshas made a big Strangling. You know strangling, to strangle? Toisa strangled the Braisa. The Braisa said the Bechor doesn't get a double share, and Shvach de Mimele, this is not true. According to Rachami, he gets a double share in the rental. But when the father died, he says, yes, I want my share. So then he has double share in the cow. Then the rental comes out of the cow, he gets. And then he does get the rental from there on. But here he didn't speak. And this is Yehere Michod, this is the Rashash. As long as you don't speak,
You don't get it.
you don't get. Let's open the Maharam, please. Now we're ready for the Maharam.
Are we sure that the Sugya of Yud Gimel is according to Rabbanan?
Even according to Chacham, yes. The Aloha, it's Sugya Aloha. Aloha is like Chacham.
saying that-
Yes, Reb Shmuel, one second, somebody's asking me. Yes, Reb Shmuel. The Rashash answer the Gemara, which looks like he's fighting the Rashbam, but he's not, because there's two Rashbams. I didn't get to that yet. We're going to have to explain the two Rashbam, that both are true. But according to the Kuf Chavov Rashbam, he's saying Pshat, and we'll see soon, Deran and in the Sivas and all the Rishonim like that. That what? That Bechoi gets a double share according to Chachomim as a gift. As a gift means that when I want to give you a gift and you didn't said yes, it's not yours yet. So therefore also here, when Chachomim say he doesn't get a double share in the blood or in the rental, it's only when the Bechor didn't say, I want to split, I want it. But when he says, I want it, so then he has, that's a Rashash Kasha, he has a double share in the cow that exists. He made all the rental, and the baby that comes out is Mimelema. Idoch Mefurash Teisves. Right? When I read the Rashash, I said, the Pele, what he wants of the Rashbam, the big Chidush, there's a Teisves, and there's a Ran, and there's an Esivas, we'll see Bezrat Hashem. It's a fundamental point in the Sugya. If you don't understand in the Sugya, you miss out the whole Sugya here.
And then what did Tom do? After
One
that,
second, what he is? What? Yes, yes. It's an okimto. Taisus put an okimto in the Gemara. You read the Gemara simply that the Mishnah is only going to Rebbe, not going to Chachamim. Comes Taisus says not true. When Chachamim are bound out, when the Bechor didn't open his mouth, when he opened his mouth, he's in. How it work? We shoved into the Rashash. We're going to see more in the Rishonim later on how it works.
And Rebbe holds that he gets it automatically without
Yes, yes, yes,
He has
yes.
to- he has to
Because you know what? Because it's not fully system of matona. There's a hekesh pishnayim. Yes, yes, yes. Now we're ready. You'll see soon what I said. It's in the Maharam. Open the Maharsho. In the bottom we have a Maharam. It's all open. Let's see inside.
But he still can.
Where in Kuf Chof Gimel Amud Beis, there's a Maharam. You have a Maharsho Maharam. Maharam in the bottom. In Kuf Chof Gimel Amud Beis, there's a Maharam. And this Toisus. Toisus the Matchil Oisu Muchkeres. There's a small Maharam. Kuf Chof Gimel Amud Beis. Toisus the Matchil Oisu Muchkeres. There's a Maharam. By the way, all what I tell you now, it's in the papers of Slabotka. The first thing Slabotka, she tells you to look. She says, look, learn the Stoices and learn the Maharam, learn the Marashos, so we learn. He tells you to learn, you have to learn it. So we learn it now, I understand what he's saying. Maharam and Kuf Chav Gimel Amud Beis. When you have a Marasho, it's after the Rosh, you have a Marasho. On the bottom of the Maharsho, there's a Maharam and Chochma Shloim, the Rashal. So the Maharam in Lublin, and Kuf Chov Gimel Amud Beis, there's a Toys Edum HaMatchil, Oisu Muchkeres, Umuskeres Vechula Yochanan, Yoma. Rotzo Loima. Comes the Maharam and he says, Rotzo Loima.
But it's a secret.
Yes, Reb.
Who says that
Who says inheritance is a gift? No, inheritance is not a gift. Inheritance is not a gift. The double share of the inheritance of Bechor is a gift. That's rules of gift. That's Chacham. That's what they brought up. Right? Yes.
It's not a full gift.
No, it has a certain characteristic methods of gifts.
It's
Yeah.
not a gift, it's not an inheritance.
Ben leRebbe, ben lechachomim. According to Rebbe is halfway. According to Chachom is more, 3/4. That's what we learned.
Either this or
We
that.
learned. It says matona. The Torah calls it matona as the rules of matona that according to Chachomim has to be in the hands of the giver or the receiver, according to the Rashash or the other Rashbam. And there's also in the matona even according to Rebbe that if the Bechor says I don't want it, he can distance himself away. He says I don't want to receive it. A gift. They say I don't want to receive it. I don't get a gift. If it was inheritance, I cannot say I don't want to continue my father. Automatically continue.
So with Rebbe,
So as a certain characteristic according to everyone, as a matona. According to Rebbe, that I can say I don't want it. Rebbe and Chachomim both say that as a characteristic of a matona, the double share, I can say any noitel, I don't want to take, I don't want to receive, I don't want to give. Keep me out of it. The matona is not a Yerusha. Yerusha you can't. That characteristic, that bechina, I would say for you, Rabbi Chaim, that bechina of matona, that aspect is like a matona. Just Chachomim add more as another aspect of matona. That the Bechor only gets it until it gets to the hands of Kotel Rashbam, here in Kuf Chov Gedal, in the hands of the giver, the father, and Kuf Chovov in the hands of the receiver.
so according to Rebbe,
One second, David, because Reb Chaim spoke before you. Yes, what do you want to say?
That aspect of the Bechina of gift, everyone agrees to that. Does Tom understand?
No, everybody agrees that the Torah called it matona as a bechina of matona. The question to what extent, how much? It's very important. We learn a lot about it. This is what we're going to learn the next few, maybe week or so. This is what this point. Very important. Mucho importante. Very important. No, because you have to know the definition. That's why I said I changed the order of my Rebbe. And I jump right away to this because this is really the fundamental understanding of it. Once you understand it well, then everything is details.
so with Rebbe,
But really, to understand that we're going to see the Ran and the Nesivas, you have to know much more Gemaras, and that's why the Rebbe brought it only in the end. But as far as the understanding, we have to understand really in the beginning, because really, if you don't understand what we're going to say soon, you don't really understand what's going on here in depths. Yes, David, what do you want to say?
so the difference between Rebbe and Chachamim is that with Rebbe, the double portion is vesting at the death. That double portion is going straight away to the Bechor unless he rejects it.
Right.
It automatically
Right.
happens.
It goes right away, but it has an aspect of matana, as an aspect of matana that he can say I don't want.
And
We have to investigate a little bit more about it. It's a really contradicting concept. Because goes right away means right away, is inheritance. And that's as a hekesh to, he has a hekesh to the double share to the simple share, like in the simple share. And yet he said, I cannot say. What do you mean? If it's already got it, how can I say I can't get it? How according to Rebbe works, we have to investigate soon, Bezrat Hashem.
you can say that it only vests, it partially vests,
Good.
not fully vests.
What?
It
Yes.
partially vests,
Yes, Maharam, yes.
not.
Yes, Reb Chaim, but somebody else is speaking in the middle. Reb Yosef, yes.
It means that it partially vests, or it has an option, a vesting option.
What does a vesting mean, the word vesting?
Vest, it invested, it goes in, the option
Yes.
becomes
I don't know
relevant.
how to magdir it yet. I don't know. Around what you're saying is true. But I don't want to jump into exactly define it. So, because it needs more polishing. Yes. Chacham said it's much more of a matana.
He has to actively take
He
it.
has to actively take it. Yes, that's true. What you said. Now let's see the Maharam. Are you following us, Aaron? Good. The Maharam. Tois ונבורה מתחיל, אויסר מוכרת וכולי. או חנמי יומר, Tois says, also according to Chachomim, when we say they don't get the rental of the babies because they didn't speak. But here also, if the Bechor says, I want, we'll get a double share in the rental, in the babies. The Maram wants to explain the Tosfos. Elo de'ocha, rather here, we'll be dealing, in our Braisa, the Machloikas Rebbe and Chachomim, we talking about the Bechor didn't open his mouth, didn't say midi. What's the word midi? Nothing. Rak only. Sha'achar sheshilem amachir wa amaskir lemesaschirus. After the lease or the renter paid him the rental or the lease, only after it was being paid, roitza bechor little minu pishnayim, the Bechor wants to take from it double share. Lekach svir le'rabonon. That's why Chachomim hold the mikre roi. Before, because the Bechor didn't speak yet, he didn't receive it because he didn't say, I want it. So it's called roi, from the father. Ve'eno notil mimenu pishnayim. He doesn't take from him double share. Ve'le'rebi, according to Rebbe, noitil mimenu pishnayim. He takes the double share here. This is for you, David and Rabbi Feisha. Afalgav de lo omar umidu. According to Rebbe, he gets a double share even though the Bechor didn't say, I want it. It's like kind of inheritance in that aspect, as an aspect of Pishnayim, to the head of the portion, like inheritance, that right away, even I didn't say anything, right away the Bechor gets it. But according to Chachomim, the Bechor needed to speak up. As long as he didn't speak up, out. It belongs to the father. The cow belongs to the father, and to the Tfusas Abba is continuous.
Is that why?
But the double share didn't enter yet. Double share, according to Chachomim, is only when the Bechor opened his mouth. Before he opens his mouth, but some people open the mouth too much. I'm joking, yes.
Is that why the Gemara then brings the case about debts?
The case of debt.
About the case about debts. When it's
debt, the end of the Braisa, yeah.
And bring that to show that because just as he acquires, so has to pay.
No, debt is another. It's not the same case.
But he comes up and he speaks.
Debt, it's in the end. You're right. Yes, it's similar, but has some other problems of definition. So I will put it in another category. It is defined as. Listen, the Gemara brings down later on that a loan is not clear if Chacham argue on it or not. There's two opinions in the Gemara. So you see a loan, it's a different level. If it was a shvach but the Gemara has a sofik if Chacham argue on it or not. How to define it is a lot of ink being spelled in our papers. We're going to learn it B'ezrat Hashem today or no, today's not time, but tomorrow B'ezrat Hashem. But let's finish the Maram. Avol, but Eino Chinami, but really, truly, the lekulam, according to everyone, Yochola Bechor Lomar Techef Miyad. Even according to Chachomim, the Bechor in potential, like right away, yes, me Mechal. What happened? He says right away, yes, I want it. The father died, and on the deathbed, he says, I want. He doesn't care about the death and the Levaya and the Shiva. He says, I want it right now. Techef Miyad.
He says
Shechiyanu right away. Techov miyad. Atachloi kri split with me. Kedei shiel ozeo in order that you work for me one day, but let's show him 2 days, or it was I take double share, or I take the rental, everything. He takes the rental. So we're saying that Rashash is right only when he says I want it. Before he wants it, it comes from the father. So the father didn't give it to him. Only when he says, I want. That's why, according to Chachomim, before the Bechor said, I want it, he doesn't get a double share in the rental or the babies. Capish?
Not even in the Parah.
Not in the Parah. Capish? Very good. We'll learn more about it. We're going to print out the Ran and the Nesivis to learn more about it. Bezrat Hashem.